The First Timer's Guide to the Grand Canyon.
At 277 river miles long and 18 miles across at its widest point, the Grand Canyon is big. So big, in fact, that you could spend a week exploring and barely see one rim, let alone the depths of the canyon. To make it all less overwhelming, we've put together the ultimate guide to getting the most out of your first visit, whether you have a day or a week.
Let's start with the basics. The Grand Canyon follows the southwest course of the Colorado River, which sliced a gorge through the Colorado Plateau over a period of 6,000 years.
To orient yourself, think of the landscape in terms of the south, north, west, and east rims, keeping in mind that there's no way to cross the canyon by car. You have to drive all the way around. The South Rim is the most widely recognized area of the Grand Canyon, with the greatest number of viewpoints, visitor services, and hotels. More than 1,000 feet higher, the North Rim gets a good deal of snow and, as a result, is only open from May to October. At 215-mile, 4-hour drive from the South Rim, it's perhaps best reserved for a separate or extended visit. The West Rim, known as Grand Canyon West, sits on the tribal lands of the Hualapai and includes the Grand Canyon Skywalk, a horseshoe-shaped cantilever bridge with a glass bottom, perfect for conquering that fear of heights. Finally, the East Rim, which is lower in elevation at 4,000 feet, is part of the Navajo Nation and features numerous smaller canyons carved by the Little Colorado River. Before we dive in deeper, note that not all of the Grand Canyon lies within Grand Canyon National Park. Around the park live 4 tribes, the Hualapai, Navajo, Havasupai, and Hopi, whose reservation rules and policies govern those areas. Also keep in mind that the season and weather will play a role in your Grand Canyon planning, with roads, viewpoints, and services subject to closure. If you only have one day, most people aiming to see the canyon in one day will prioritize the South Rim, where it's possible to see and do the most in the least amount of time. You'll have your sightseeing cut out for you, though, so use the following plan to check all the most important boxes in a short visit. Start with sunrise. Waking up before dawn will seem well worth it when the first rays make the canyon walls glow gold. Mather Point is the go-to spot to watch the sun come up, but you can't go wrong anywhere along the rim trail. See the main South Rim sites. The primary attractions sit in a loop along the rim, connected by a hop-on, hop-off shuttle. If you get the early morning start suggested above, you can realistically see them all in one day, though most people tend to skip a museum or two. Grand Canyon Visitor Center. Watch an introductory movie, check out the relief map, sit in on a park ranger lecture, and catch the rim shuttle. El Tovar Hotel. Peek into the lobby of one of the grandest of the historic national park lodges. Hopi House. Tour this 1905 building designed by Mary Coulter, one of the first female architects in the United States, to resemble a Pueblo village. It's now used to showcase Navajo and other American Indian arts and crafts. Kolb Studio. Visit the early 20th century home and studio of pioneering photographers Emery and Ellsworth Kolb to see pictures and antique photo equipment. Verkamp's Visitor Center. Shop for souvenirs and get your questions answered in this 1906 family home. Yavapai Geology Museum. Learn about the forces that formed the canyon and take in the views at Yavapai Point. Walk the Trail of Time. A section of the Rim Trail signed with detailed explanations of geological history. The short but worthy Trail of Time helps make sense of the colorful layers that give the canyon walls their candy stripe appearance. Explore Hermit's Rest and Hopi Point. West of Grand Canyon Village, a series of overlooks along Hermit Road offer some of the canyon's most beloved views. For the best experience, follow the crowds to Hermit's Rest at sunset and watch the rays turn the canyon crimson. When the road is closed to private cars from March 1st through November 30th, shuttle buses ferry visitors to 9 lookouts, including Mojave and Pima Points and the Abyss. Drive to Desert View. Alternatively, you could watch the sunset at Desert View. After stopping at a few viewpoints along Hermit Road, take the scenic, 25-mile Desert View Drive, which passes the stunning Grand View Point, Moran Point, the Tusayan Ruin, and Navajo Point. The route finishes at the Desert View Watchtower, designed by Mary Coulter in 1932. If you have 3 days, More time means more opportunities to take in the canyon's variegated colors and gravity-defying formations from different angles and directions. Hike into the canyon. It's hard to fully appreciate the depth of the Grand Canyon without going to the bottom and looking up. The most popular route down is the Bright Angel Trail, which, at 9 miles one way, can't be done without camping overnight at Indian Garden or Bright Angel campgrounds. Don't delay in applying for a backcountry permit because sites fill up fast. If you'd rather make it a day trip, hike part of the way down to one of the rest houses at 1.5 or 3 miles. Then head back up. Remember, coming up takes longer than going down, with a far greater appreciation for the canyon's geological marvels. Head north. More rugged and less crowded. It typically sees a tenth of the visitors of the South Rim. The North Rim is cooler and covered in forests of aspen, birch, and maple trees. A favorite activity here is hiking the North Kaibab Trail, which descends 14 miles to the Colorado River and Bright Angel Campground, with memorable views along the way. For something slightly less strenuous, hike the first part of the trail to the Supai Tunnel, 4 miles round trip, or book a mule excursion with canyon trail rides. Visit Grand Canyon West. Just a 90-minute drive from Las Vegas, the West Rim has become the second most popular area of the Grand Canyon, attracting more than 1 million visitors annually. Located outside the national park on the lands of the Hualapai tribe, it's best known as the site of the Grand Canyon Skywalk, a glass bridge that extends 70 feet past the edge of the canyon rim. If you don't mind touristy attractions, walk its length while gazing past your feet to the canyon floor 4,000 feet below. Afterward, keep your adrenaline pumping with a ride on the West Rim zipline, or opt to check out the traditional craft studios at Eagle Point instead. If you have 1 week, the more time you spend in the canyon, the more its marvels reveal themselves to you. Hit the water. White water rafting through the Grand Canyon offers a memorable adventure. Ask anyone who has rafted the Colorado River through the Grand Canyon about their experience and you'll be treated to a story of adventure. Guided trips, ranging from 3 to 18 days, stop at places like Lee's Ferry, Phantom Ranch, and Whitmore Wash, navigating distances of up to 226 river miles. Among the many outfitters recommended by the National Park Service, we suggest Oars, Grand Canyon Expeditions, Arizona Raft Adventures, and Arizona River Runners. Witness Havasupai Falls. Plan ahead and score a permit to see Havasupai Falls. The iridescent waters of Havasupai Falls have long inspired adventurers to make the 10-mile trek through the verdant Havasu Canyon, home of the Havasupai tribe. The hike has become so popular, however, that in 2019, the Havasupai imposed strict visitation rules, requiring all visitors to obtain permits and stay for at least 3 nights at their campground or lodge. Day hiking on the reservation is strictly prohibited, but Air West Helicopters flies to and from the falls several days of the week: Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and Friday from March 15th to October 15th, Sunday and Friday from October 16th to March 14th. The 15-minute flights into the canyon leave from a broad shelf below the Havasupai Trailhead parking lot, while return flights depart from an area between the tourism office and cafe. Flights are first come, first served, so it's best to arrive early. Expect to pay $85 one way. Adventure into the east. Located within the Navajo Nation, the East Rim is the most remote area in the Grand Canyon, with fewer access roads and viewpoints. The most popular attractions here are Antelope and Marble Canyons, as well as Instagram darling Horseshoe Bend, a dramatic viewpoint over the Colorado River. Many road trippers to the east side head northeast to Glen Canyon National Recreation Area, which encompasses Lake Powell. Get a bird's eye view. Many raptors make their homes in the Red Rocks. Hawkwatch International maintains a counting station at Yaqui Point on the East Rim, where educational interpreters are happy to explain migration ecology, raptor identification, and their efforts to monitor long-term trends in the raptor population. More tips and tricks. To make things even easier, follow these final pointers. Enlist the experts. One way to take the pressure off your planning is to get some expert help. The Grand Canyon Conservancy offers a series of guided field adventures that include time to take in the views and learn about the canyon's geology and ecosystems. Take a class. Free National Park Service programming like Daily Geology Glimpse, talks at the Yavapai Geology Museum, and critter chats at the Grand Canyon Visitor Center help you get up to speed quickly. While the Junior Ranger program, available year-round at the South Rim and from May to October at the North Rim, provides kids with a richer experience. Go by train. Most people drive to the Grand Canyon, and a car is necessary if you plan to visit more than one area along the rim. But a fun, relaxed, and scenic alternative is to take the Grand Canyon Railway, which makes daily round trips between Williams, Arizona, and the Grand Canyon Depot. Featuring vintage rail cars with live music, the train winds through thick woods and across broad meadows, offering views of unsuspecting wildlife along the way. The cowboy characters who bring the Old West to life aboard make the trip particularly fun for children. There you have it. Let me know if you found this helpful. Like and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching.